It is now 10 a.m. on August 12th. We're going to call into session this regular session of Wood County Commissioners Court. It is our normal procedure to start each session with a word of prayer, and I believe Commissioner Holland has agreed to that this morning.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Father, thank you for this county we live in. Father, thank you so much for this country, that we may have the freedom to serve Jesus Christ as our Lord and Savior. Father, be with us here today as we make the decisions for Wood County. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Commissioner. Item number 1 on our agenda is public comments. Is there anyone in the audience today who wishes to address the court on an issue pertinent to the court? Seeing no one come forward, we'll move on to item number 2, which is consider approval of personnel actions. Today we do have 6. First is from Commissioner Precinct 2, Garrett A. Driscoll, hire full-time. Also from Commissioner Precinct 2, Billy Hill, transfer between apartments. Wood County Sheriff's Office, Billy Lynn Hill, transfer between departments. Commissioner Precinct 4, Angela Stevens, temporary hire. Wood County Sheriff's Office, Christopher Brady, a resignation. And Juvenile Probation, Lisa Ann Bailey, hire full-time. I would entertain a motion.
So moved.
A motion by Commissioner Pace, second by Commissioner Acker. We approve today's personnel actions. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion does pass. Item number 3 is consider approval of payroll. We have payroll dated today in the total amount of $309,639.42. I would entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
We have a motion by Commissioner Gaskell, second by Commissioner Holland, that we approve today's payroll. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Motion does pass. Item number 4 is consider approval of line item transfers and budget amendments. We do have line item requests today from 4 departments totaling $6,466.66. And we have a budget amendment for budget year 2016 from 2 departments totaling negative $1,947.73. I would entertain a motion.
Motion we approve.
I have a motion by Commissioner Holland, second by Commissioner Acker. We approve today's line item transfers and budget amendments. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion does pass. Item number 5 is consider approval of claims. We have health and dental insurance claims today totaling $86,416.30. Accounts payable claims in the total amount of $280,455.09. Direct claims paid in the amount of $156,408.96, and voided checks in the total amount of $45.79. I would entertain a motion. I have a motion by Commissioner Acker, second by Commissioner Pace, that we approve today's claims. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Motion does pass. Item number 6, consider approval of constable reports. We do find in our packets reports from Precinct 1, 2, 3, and 4 constables for the month of July 2016. I would entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Holland, second by Commissioner Pace, that we approve the constable reports for the July 2016 timeframe. All those in favor? Aye. Motion does pass. Item number 7 is consider acknowledgement of order of assignment by the presiding judge to the County Court of Wood County. We do have an assignment from Mary Murphy, the presiding judge, appointing Mr. Paul Banner. I would entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
A motion by Commissioner Gaskell, second by Commissioner Acker, that we approve the order of assignment by the presiding judge to the County Court of Wood County, Texas. All those in favor? Aye. Motion does pass. Item number 8 is consider approval of order of general election. We do have a request order of general election. This is going to be held November 8th, 2016, and will affect the offices of Sheriff, Tax Assessor, Collector, Commissioner Precinct 1, Commissioner Precinct 3, Constable Precinct 1, Constable Precinct 2, Constable Precinct 3, and Constable Precinct 4. You have that order in your packet. If there are no questions, I would entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Gaskell, second by Commissioner Holland, that we approved the order of general election for November 8, 2016. All those in favor? Aye. Motion does pass. Item number 9 is consider approval of treasurer's reports. Our treasurer was unable to be with us this morning. You find her reports in your packet. If there are no questions about that, I would entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
A motion by Commissioner Pace, second by Commissioner Acker, that we approve the treasurer's reports for the month and year ending June 30th. All those in favor? Aye. Motion does pass. Item number 10 is consider approval of interlocal agreement for sale of 2 vehicles from Wood County Emergency Management to City of Winsboro. I see our emergency management coordinator coming up. Totally, the floor is yours.
This is approved by DPS and FEMA that we're allowed to dispose of these vehicles. It's some Homeland Security grant money that we got in '04. That Winsboro's been on permanent loan. They don't use them for the same purpose that they're intended anymore, so now they're wanting to buy them, and we've got approval to do that.
All right, Commissioners, have you any questions of our emergency management coordinator?
Who set the sale price?
We use the NADA value, and we have to hold that money, in order to put it back toward that project.
Any other questions, Commissioners? If not, I would entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Acker, second by Commissioner Gaskell, that we approve the interlocal agreement for the sale of 2 vehicles from Wood County Emergency Management to the City of Winsboro. All those in favor? Aye. Motion does pass. Item number 11 is consider approval of interlocal agreement with the City of Alba for street cleaning, clearing, and ditches through 12/31/16. I believe this is yours, Commissioner Holland.
Yes, this is an interlocal between the City of Alba and Wood County, Precinct 1. And it's, they have a lot of ditch problems right now where their drain's not draining. And, I'd like to prove this, that we do this interlocal with them.
All right, you want to make that in the form of a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Holland, second by Commissioner Gaskell, that we approve the interlocal agreement with the City of Alba for street cleaning, clearing, and ditches through 12/31/16. All those in favor? Aye. Motion does pass. Item number 12, consider approval of Wood County Road Permit number 2112 for Patterson Logging for Precinct 2. Commissioner Gaskell, I believe this is yours.
I'd like to make the motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Gaskell, second by Commissioner Pace, that we approve the Wood County Road Permit 2112 for Patterson Logging for Precinct 2. All those in favor? Aye. Motion does pass. Item number 13 is consider approval of Wood County Road Permit 2113 for George T. Hayes for Precinct 3. Commissioner Pace.
Make a motion to approve. Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Pace, second by Commissioner Gaskell, that we approve Wood County Road Permit number 2113 for George T. Hayes for Precinct 3. All those in favor? Aye. Motion does pass. Item number 14 is consider approval of interlocal purchasing agreement between Wood County and the City of Tyler. You find in your packet a copy of that agreement. I believe this is dealing with fuel. And if there are no questions, I would entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Holland, second by Commissioner Gaskell, that we approve the interlocal purchasing agreement between Wood County and the City of Tyler. All those in favor? Aye. Motion does pass. Item number 15 is consider approval of interlocal agreement for joint purchasing between Smith County and Wood County. Again, you find a copy of that interlocal agreement for joint purchasing. I believe this gives us access to their purchasing agent. If there are no further questions, I would entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Acker, second by Commissioner Gaskell, that we approve the interlocal agreement for joint purchasing between Smith County and Wood County. All those in favor? Aye. Motion does pass. Item number 16 is consider approval of the SAVNS Maintenance Grant Contract Renewal between the Office of the Attorney General and Wood County for fiscal year 2017. This is an ongoing contract between the Attorney General and the county that we do every year. It has to do with our victims. And this is no change in the contract, just an extension for 2017. So I would entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Holland, second by Commissioner Gaskell, that we approve the SAVNS Maintenance Grant Contract Renewal between the Office of Attorney General and Wood County for fiscal year 2017. All those in favor? Aye. Motion does pass. Item number 17 is consider approval of R13 Service and Maintenance Agreement Renewal with APRIS. This is the company we contract with to handle that grant. So I would entertain a motion for that.
So moved.
I have a motion by Commissioner Pace, second by Commissioner Acker, that we approve the R13 Service and Maintenance Agreement Renewal with APRIS. All those in favor? Aye. Motion does pass. Item number 18 is consider approval of amended Wood County Employee Health Benefit Plan. This, you find a copy of that in your packet. This only changes, my understanding, in the health plan or an active employee option at age 65 to accept or reject the coverage, and also a increase in the max benefit of our dental from $1,500 to $2,000. Is that correct? All right, with that understanding, I would entertain a motion.
Second it.
I have a motion by Commissioner Acker, second by Commissioner Holland, that we approve the amended Wood County Employee Health Benefit Plan for, I believe it's starting in 10/1/15. All those in favor? Aye. Motion does pass. Item number 19 is consider approval of Neil Duncan's nomination to the Wood County Airport Board of Directors by the Wood County Industrial Commissioner Board of Directors. You do find in your packet a copy of a letter from the Executive Director of the Wood County Industrial Commission, so nominating Mr. Duncan. If there's no questions about that, I would entertain a motion.
Move. Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Pace, second by Commissioner Gaskell, that we approve Neil Duncan's nomination to the Wood County Airport Board of Directors by the Wood County Industrial Commission Board of Directors. All those in favor? Aye. Motion does pass. Item number 20 is consider approval of authorization of the county judge to sign on behalf of Wood County a contract to purchase real property here in Quitman, Texas as the buyer. You find a copy of that contract in your packet. If there are no questions, I would entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
Second it.
I have a motion by Commissioner Gaskell, second by Commissioner Holland, that we approve the authorization of the county judge to sign on behalf of Wood County a contract to purchase real property here in Quitman, Texas as the buyer. All those in favor? Aye. Motion does pass. Item number 21 is consider approval of a resolution authorizing county grant with the Texas Department of Agriculture for Meals on Wheels fiscal year 2017. You find in your packet a copy of that annual resolution. It does come from Meals on Wheels. This allows them, with our support, to apply to the state for further funding. And this is an ongoing authorization, so if there are no questions, I would entertain a motion.
Motion we approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Holland, second by Commissioner Acker, that we approve the resolution authorizing the county grant with the Texas Department of Agriculture for Meals on Wheels for the fiscal year 2017. All those in favor? Aye. Motion does pass. Item number 22 is a presentation by Brinson Benefits regarding the health plan and take any necessary actions. I see Ms. Bell coming to the podium. The floor is yours.
Good morning.
Morning.
So I thought I would come in today to just speak to you all a little bit about where we are currently on our renewal for the health plan and just kind of a state of the union in general, if you will.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Whoops. Brought plenty of copies, didn't I? I'd rather have too much than not enough. Yes, ma'am. Sorry, that's all right. Let me tear everything up while I'm up here.
Ma'am.
Okay, so it is that time of year again to look at your renewal from this next coming year. And I try to condense it as much as possible so you wouldn't be overwhelmed with all of the detail, but I brought you everything pertinent. So I guess I could just land the plane pretty quickly and tell you that you're just looking at a decrease. So, but if you want to look a little bit more, let's just open very quickly to page 3, if you will, because I would like for you to see the work behind the results. So for your reinsurance, we went out to market, we went out to bid through a formal RFP process, and we went to about 13 different carriers to look at your claims and to look at your history to give us bids. You'll see that we received 7. Okay, thank you, Judge. 7 competitive bids, and we received 5 or 6 declines. Turn the page. This year we did also look at potentially moving to a different third-party administrator just to see what the options would be for us out there. The East Texas market is very interesting because it's been for several years. There's basically been one third-party administrator who we are currently with, Health First, that really has had total control of the market. But as of this last year, there's been some movement and some other TPAs with very competitive pricing that are opening the doors up here. So we went ahead and took a look at that for you all to see if we could capitalize or at least gain a little leverage for you. When there's no competition, right, you have no leverage. But this year we did. So we'll talk about that a little bit more in detail. And so if you'll just turn the page here. The next page just gives you a quick overview of your plan design. So just for your own sake, there's nothing here that affected the renewal. This is just informational purposes only. It shows that you have a $400 deductible and your out-of-pocket amounts, but that actually has nothing to do with your renewal. One more page, please. So the next couple of pages, the way that we like to show it to you, and I just saw Commissioner Gaskell kind of look at me because there's so much detail in the reinsurance part that we try to break it down to pictures. So you can very quickly look at pictures, and then we put the detail, the spreadsheet information on the back. So who wants to look at pictures and who wants to look at all the detail? You want to do pictures, and then if you have questions, we'll look at the detail? Okay. So currently you are with Sun Life, and if you look at the very first column, at the totals going across the board, we're looking at 2.7 million claims year to date for your renewal. In 2015, your annualized claims 2.4. So Sun Life is wanting a renewal increase. Your admin costs at $133,000 and your reinsurance costs at $357,000. We are going to get a reduction on those. So I'm going to look on the second page because I do want to see. It helps me speak to this. Okay. So for your renewal, your reinsurance was wanting a 13% increase. Your reinsurance is currently with Sun Life. So through competitive leverage and going out for the bid process, we do have two very competitive bids coming in from Guardian and another reinsurance carrier called ECU MGU. We have used that competitive leverage to go back to Sun Life, who is taking another look at this. They're asking for one more month of claims to review before they lock, but I believe that they will be able to match the competitive offers on the table. And also, your third-party administrator, Health First, has actually given us a reduction this year through the bid process and looking at other third-party administrators. So the bottom line is this year you're looking at a renewal scenario of about $68,000. And that is whether we stay with Sun Life if they match or if we move to potentially Guardian. And we'll know more firm details on that next week. Like I said, Sun Life is taking another look. But the bonus to us for being with Sun Life is that we are actually in a coalition through United Benefit Advisors that says Sun Life is a part of that, and they say if you have our reinsurance, then we take a look at your claims at the end of the year, and if you've ran to a certain level, you're entitled to a rebate. So actually this year you have. So whether we stay with Sun Life or whether we leave, this is the good part, we will be receiving a check from them in the amount of about $47,000 in the next few months. So that's why if they will at least match what Guardian's doing and come down, I think it would be beneficial to stay with Sun Life. Any questions?
Commissioners, have any questions?
Guardian won't participate in the rebate program.
No, they're not a part of it. Sun Life is the only reinsurer out of it that is a part of that coalition. So we actually moved to Sun Life, I believe it was last year. So if we can capitalize on anything other than even getting the savings and then also on a rebate, I think that's really a win-win for the county.
I believe we were with Sun Life several years ago. I mean,
Yeah, oh, we move around.
Yeah.
Whatever we need to do, we do. But the coalition actually just started about 3 years ago. But Sun Life has been around forever. Any other questions on the renewal? Okay. And then I just wanted to briefly touch base with you all on the Purple Card, how the Purple Card is serving the county and your employees. So this is a stewardship report, if you will, on the Purple Card, and it's from October last year at your renewal to the end of July. Okay? So if you'll open the page to page 3, you'll note right here in the middle there's a green box. And specifically to Wood County, from October through the end of July, the Purple Card has taken 118 inquiries from your employees and audited $66,000 in claims and recovered $64,000 with a recovery percentile of 97%, which is very, very good. You can see clearly on our book of business the same time Purple Card has taken over 12,000 inquiries, audited 1 million, recovered 727,000. And the other nice thing about Purple Card is that as your employees call to have claims looked at and questions answered, anything that we see in our office that we either know or believe will incur over $5,000 in claims, Purple Card tracks that information. And it's all HIPAA protected. We share none of that with you all, but it allows us, as we're negotiating with the reinsurers, to really know the true medical conditions so that we can say, we agree with what you're saying, that their prognosis is ongoing, or we can actually refute that and say, no, actually they're back to work. So it's also a very good leverage tool for us. Okay? And the last report that I wanted to touch base on, any questions on Purple Card? Okay. The last report is the Teladoc report to date. We implemented Teladoc here, I believe it was about 3 years ago. And I wanted to just show you all how it's working for your employees, because if you will note right here, year to date, this is a July report, but year to date is kind of a little bit above the middle, and it says that you have 96 consults so far. So from January through the end of July, we've had 96 phone calls to Teladoc for medical help. From those 96 phone calls, 52 people said that had they not had the service, they would have gone to their doctor, just a primary care doctor. 14 said urgent care, and 4 actually said emergency room. So if you put a dollar amount to what that service would cost for this area, it's actually another plan savings of almost $15,000. So Teladoc has been very successful here and very strategic in controlling your claims cost, which affects your reinsurance premium. So I think we're doing a lot of good things here, and any questions you might have, I'm happy to answer.
Was this originally Teladoc and then changed to Consultadoc or something?
Actually, that's backwards.
Or,
Yeah.
It was Consultadoc, and then Consultadoc was purchased by Teladoc.
but I'm thinking we had Teladoc the first time, and then we went to Consultadoc and then back to Teladoc.
Okay, so what you had initially was Teladoc was offered through Health First, but the interesting thing about how Teladoc was offered through Health First is that if you called Teladoc, there was actually a copayment involved for the call, and there was no reporting. So you had no idea if it was really saving the county any money, and actually it cost the employees. So through our UBA, United Benefit Advisors Alliance, much like with the Sun Life rebate program, we were able to secure a a contract. Okay, so we moved Teladoc from Health First, and we moved it to Consultadoc, okay? Because we could have it with Consultadoc free of charge to the employees, right? But then Consultadoc was bought by Teladoc. But we, Brinson, still had an exclusive contract for zero copay to employees. So we kept that contract, and it's just been able to roll over.
Some companies that have Teladoc, it costs them, where we get it for free.
Every Teladoc service offering has a copayment involved, from $10 to $40, other than the contract that we have with them, which is zero copay. Teladoc? They have not, because actually, through our membership, through Brinson Benefits membership with United Benefit Advisors, United Benefit Advisors takes 146 different independent insurance firms throughout the U.S. and goes together for major purchasing power. And one of those firms, and it wasn't Brinson, but one of those firms secured a Teladoc deal with Walmart, like all of Walmart. And that what triggered our ability to negotiate down to zero copay. So as long as we can keep it, we need to keep it. And actually, I'll tell you, even other employers I've talked to who aren't even aware that it could potentially be offered for zero copay still think it's an amazing service, even for $10, to keep someone from having to go to the doctor. And I agree, but I think zero is better, even better than 10.
Yeah, because I think they used to have it to where I don't think it was everyone in the household, and they changed.
That's okay. So, Commissioner Gaskell, you're on it. So yes, with this contract as well, the contract that we have that has the zero copay also includes, like you said, every member of your household to be covered as well. Even if you have kids away at college, even if you had, my mother visited last year, and they allowed me to add her while she was staying with me. She had a condition that needed to be treated. So yes, other Teladoc contracts say there's a $10 to $40 copay if you call, and there's a certain charge for every person that you put on it. That's right, and we pay $4 per employee per month, and they can have their whole family on it. And they all get free medical care.
Ms. Bell, I have one other piece of information in my packet. The only item I think we are taking action on today is on our vision benefits renewal. You want to speak to that at all?
Yes. So we have a contract with Superior Vision, I believe. And I don't have the details of that in front of me. You do have?
They did come back. I think the rates are all essentially the same, are they not? And they extended it on a 4-year rate.
That's right. That's it. Yeah. So we got a flat renewal. That is correct. We did market it. There was another vision carrier to beat it, and they gave us a 4-year rate guarantee. Superior, yes.
So your recommendation is for us
Would be
approve.
to renew with Superior. Mm-hmm.
All right, Commissioners, any further questions of Ms. Bell? All right, then the only item we do have as far as action is to take, I would entertain a motion on the Superior Vision renewal.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Page, second by Commissioner Gaskell, that we accept the vision benefits renewal with Superior Vision, including a 4-year rate guarantee through September 30th of 2020. All those in favor? Aye. Motion does pass. Thank you, Ms. Bell. Item number 23 is presentation of the Texas Healthy Communities Program by Paula Thomas and the Department of State Health Services. I see Ms. Thomas and crew coming forward.
Good morning. Debbie Warren with Texas Department of State Health Services, and I'm here to acknowledge an honor that Wood County has received. We had a block grant that we received back in 2014 to assess communities on the policy system and environmental changes as they impact public health and reduce the risk of chronic diseases. In 2014, the assessment was completed, and the local county received a rating at that point. Out of 100 points, they received 45. In April of this year, we've turned around and done another assessment on the county because it's an every 2-year renewal. And this year, the scores went up considerably. We're up to 65.5. So congratulations to the community and the improvements they've made. As part of that, there are 8 different indicators, and I would really like to point out in your healthcare quality indicator, you've reached maximum score, and I have to actually applaud Nat Health. George Roberts, Corey Phipps, Paula Thomas are all here. Their hard work in achieving that. So really want to acknowledge that. But I also want to give Paula a chance to describe how they increased their scores as much as they did. So.
Okay, so I'll be brief and just touch on a few of the things that we've worked over the past couple of years. One of our first initiatives was to work with our farmers markets to try and increase their client base. The Winnsboro Farmers Market does now accept SNAP benefits, which is great. We also worked with them on a large marketing campaign with Winnsboro and Mineola to try and promote those markets. We were also able to purchase 3 AEDs, and the county did receive one of those, as well as Jarvis Christian College and Team Air. Through this program, we do a lot of worksite wellness. We offer some chronic disease self-management classes now. That we just completed one with Team Air, so it was kind of a nutrition, physical activity type class because they had some prediabetes that was prevalent there. We've also, with the help of Kathy, we've received mother-friendly designation for the county, which through your Right to Express policy, and that's great. We also have some other entities here. Winnsboro ISD is one of them that is now mother-friendly. With the help of my daughter, Winnsboro did pass a clean air policy with all their parks and recreation sites where kids gather are now smoke-free zones, 30 feet, I believe, from any fence. So that was a huge accomplishment. We were hoping for more, but we'll keep working on that. We also, through our Wellness Coalition in Winnsboro, which Brian is a member of as well, we've worked and held some runs and raised some money. And this past weekend, the Winnsboro Parks and Rec Board was able to install new playground equipment at one of our parks there that previously had nothing. So we had the community come out and we cleaned it up and got the playground equipment up, and that's phase 1. So they have 3 phases they're working on. And then as Debbie mentioned, the healthcare quality, we worked with our EMS providers and our hospital systems on their STEMI numbers, which is their ST elevation MIs, and they got Get With The Guidelines recognition as well as Mission Lifeline, which is great. So I want to thank everyone. I want to thank Kathy for her work on the mother-friendly policy, and thank the county and everyone that's helped us in this process.
All right, y'all, the wellness seminars, do y'all do those in each town? Are they your equipment?
Right now, Winnsboro is the only one that has an active coalition. There's been some interest here in Quitman from a couple of ladies, but they've got heavily involved in a business, and so that's not progressed right now. But we've reached out to a couple of the other towns. It's just, Winnsboro being from there, it was a lot easier to get that one up and going because I knew the right people to contact. But we're open to helping any community that wants to put together a wellness coalition.
So what I'd like to share is that in the current assessment, you're still at honorable mention. Knowing a few little things already that happened after the assessment was completed, we think probably next time we come to see you that will change considerably. So I'm looking forward to that. I'd also like to inform you that with Wood County, you've received funding for fiscal year 2017 for this project to continue. And as part of that assessment period, I apologize, our frames did not arrive in time, but I do have a certificate I would like to present to the county on behalf of the Texas Department of State Health Services for all of your services.
On behalf of the county and the commissioners here on the court, we'd like to thank you ladies and all the hard work you have put forth in producing this result. We look forward to next year. Hopefully we'll do a little better. Every little bit helps, and we, on behalf of our constituents, we also want to express our gratitude for what you do toward health across Wood County. Seeing no other items on my agenda, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. I have a motion by Commissioner Hollins, second by Commissioner Acker, that we stand adjourned. All those in favor? Motion does pass. We are adjourned.